61 News at 10 starts now.
Right now at 10, we are following breaking news as police arrest a Connecticut couple accused of abusing children at their home daycare. We have the new details, what we're learning about the case tonight.
2 men are in the hospital tonight after they were shot in downtown Hartford. We have the latest on the search for an armed and dangerous suspect.
I am traveling home to see my family and friends. It's been a long couple of months.
And the FAA says today is the busiest travel day of the year. We're going to tell you what to expect if you're flying for Thanksgiving. But we begin with breaking news at 10. A daycare owner is accused of verbally and physically abusing 9 children who she was responsible for taking care of. Good evening, I'm Jen Bernstein.
And I'm Ben Goldman. Thanks for joining us here at 10. Wallingford police arrested the woman and her boyfriend today. Fox 61's Gabby Molina joining us live at the Wallingford Police Department with more on the accusations against the pair. Gabby?
Jen, Ben, according to police, this investigation started back in September, and the abuse was happening to children while they were at a daycare run out of the suspect's home. A parent's worst nightmare. A daycare owner accused of abusing the children left in her care. Wallingford police arrested 61-year-old Brenda Fornell on Tuesday. According to police, 9 children were victims of verbal and physical abuse while at her home daycare on Ridgetop Road.
It makes me kind of, upset, but this is a world we're living in right now. It's kind of crazy right now.
Police have not released many details of what was happening behind the doors of the home, but Fornell is facing several charges: risk of injury to a child, voyeurism with malice, assault, threatening, and sexual assault. An investigation by the Office of Early Childhood back in August found Fornell had threatened and humiliated a child for wetting herself and used vulgar language, slapped a child on multiple occasions, and put underwear in a child's mouth, among several other violations. Neighbors upset to hear this had been happening so close to home.
This is such a nice neighborhood. Never knew something like this would even happen here. It's crazy.
The OEC said in a statement that when it was informed of the serious allegations, the agency took immediate action to summarily suspend her license. Fornell voluntarily surrendered her license on September 6th instead of going through with a suspension proceeding. Fornell's boyfriend, 66-year-old Grant Freer, also arrested, charged with conspiracy to commit risk of injury to a child. According to police, their investigation also started in September, when a report was made to the Department of Children and Families. In a statement, the DCF commissioner said in part, "The arrests announced today by the Wallingford Police Department reinforce that protecting children in all settings, family, childcare, schools, facilities, and other locations, takes diligent and persistent efforts." It goes on to say if anyone suspects child maltreatment, there's a 24-hour anonymous hotline you can call, 1-800-842-2288. As for what's next for these suspects, they are both due in Meriden Superior Court next month. Live in Wallingford, Gabby Molina, Fox 61 News.
Very disturbing, Gabby. Thank you. All right, new at 10, the FAA says that today is expected to be the busiest travel day of the year. More than 48,000 planes took to the skies across the country. After a summer filled with canceled flights and airport headaches, you might be worried about that happening again if you're planning on traveling for the holidays. Well, Fox 61's Tony Black is live at Bradley International Airport in Windsor Locks with how air travel has gone today. Hey, Tony.
Hey, Jen, I'm counting down the hours because I'll be back here at Bradley in a matter of give or take 4 or 5 hours for a 5 a.m. flight. And I was speaking to an employee here at the airport who says I should anticipate long lines, and so should you if you're flying out tomorrow. Now, luckily, a lot of the headaches that we experienced over the summer have resolved themselves for travelers here, and as you mentioned, one of the busiest times of the year.
Oh, it's just nice seeing everybody again. Our son is going to be there with his 5-month-old daughter. We haven't seen her in a couple months.
I am traveling home to see my family and friends.
I look forward to spending time with my dad, talk about each other's stories.
The trip home for the holidays starts here at Bradley International Airport for many. For others, this is where it ends.
My daughter and my son-in-law live here, and I came up to spend Thanksgiving with them.
Tuesday was expected to be the busiest travel day of the already busy Thanksgiving week. 48,000 flights across the U.S. After a stressful summer of delays and cancellations across many airlines, travelers are happy the trip is less bumpy.
Everything was smooth. It was really smooth. I don't see any problems going back.
Delta Airlines said in a statement, quote, Delta has taken meaningful and significant steps to stabilize the operation and provide its customers with the premium experience they expect. They've increased staff numbers and boarding times and adjusted flight schedules to, quote, ensure a reliable holiday travel experience. Southwest told us they've hired nearly 16,000 new employees this year to get the 3,900 daily flights in the air. These are efforts people have noticed.
We had no delays at all. Everything was right on time. It worked out well. I was surprised.
Even though there's less turbulence getting to and from, many are still watching out for that unexpected rough air.
Yes, which is why I'm leaving home a little bit earlier to catch the rush, of course. But other than that, we just gotta pray.
With travel concerns packed away, flyers can focus on the days ahead.
To everybody who's out there not able to come home for the holidays, happy Thanksgiving to you.
Now, there was a couple delays here at the airport today. Nothing too extreme, no cancellations, so that is a good thing. An airport spokesperson told us that they have had time since the summer to sort of work out some of those kinks and make improvements. They do recommend you come 90 minutes before you board that plane, especially if you have to check bags or also are going to that ticket counter. Live from Bradley International, Tony Black, Fox 61 News.
All right, Tony, I hope you have a smooth flight. Thank you very much. All right, in response to the anticipated busy travel week, the DOT is expanding service on the Hartford line. CT Rail and Amtrak Hartford line will operate a Saturday schedule on Thanksgiving and a weekday schedule on Friday. 3 northbound and 3 southbound trains will be added tomorrow, Friday, and Sunday. Metro North Railroad will also operate special trains on the New Haven line on Thursday. And all of this talk of travel leads us to the weather.
So many looking at the forecast as they get ready to head to their Thanksgiving destinations last night, today, and tomorrow, especially. Chief Meteorologist Rachel Frank joining us on a very busy weather week. Hi, Rach.
Hi, and we could not be happier looking at this forecast because not only is the weather quiet here locally, but regionally, all across the Northeast, conditions are going to be favorable for traveling, not just tomorrow, but Thanksgiving. And even a lot of the country will be quiet too. So this is going to be a much easier Thanksgiving to deal with. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of travelers out there on the roads, but overall we're looking good, at least in terms of the weather. 34 in Hartford, 45 the current temperature for the New Haven area, and low 30s right now in Torrington. Heading through the evening tonight, no weather issues out there. We'll see temperatures drop back towards the 30-degree mark as we head towards daybreak tomorrow. And tomorrow afternoon, we're looking at high temperatures around 50 degrees, lots of sunshine, light wind, and it looks like we'll continue to see similar temperatures as we head into your Thanksgiving as well. But after Thanksgiving, we do have a couple chances for showers, one Friday, and then maybe a heavier rainfall heading into the weekend. We'll talk more about it. Your full forecast in just a few minutes, guys.
All right, see you shortly, Rachel. Thank you. Hartford is extending its emergency overnight warming center. It's at the Arroyo Recreation Center at Pope Park. There will be snacks and one hot meal for anybody who needs food as well. The warming center will be open tonight and tomorrow night from 8 p.m. until 7 a.m. And we're following breaking news tonight in New Haven, where a man has been found guilty of 2 murders 35 years ago.
Fox 61's Brent Harden joins us from the Breaking News Center with what happened in court today. Brent.
Yeah, Jen, Ben, back in August of 1987, 59-year-old Fred Harris and his son, 23-year-old Greg Harris, were killed inside their Hamden home. Now, a jury has convicted a New Haven man more than 3 decades later. New Haven State's attorney says 55-year-old Willie McFarland was found guilty on 2 murder charges. Fred and Greg Harris were found tied up in an upstairs bedroom. Their throats were slashed, and evidence at the crime scene linked McFarland to those murders. McFarland is a registered sex offender, and a 2019 arrest report accused him of sexually assaulting one of the murder victims. The cold case unit for the Judicial District of New Haven helped in this investigation. McFarland is scheduled for sentencing on January 31st. In the Breaking News Center, I'm Brent Harden. Jan Ben, back to you.
All right, Brent, thank you. We are following developing news out of Hartford tonight, where police are searching for a man wanted in a shooting downtown. Police are considering that suspect armed and dangerous tonight. 2 people were shot near Wadsworth and Buckingham Streets, right across the street from the state's Attorney General's office, just before 1 o'clock this afternoon. We're told 2 men in their 20s were walking when someone drove by and started shooting.
I ain't never had any problems when I come over here. Never had any problems. I mean, I've seen people fighting and arguing, but nothing like this. So I'm like, whoa, this is like something like you see on one of the TV shows. So it's a little concerning, you know.
One of the men shot is in critical condition tonight. The other is expected to survive from his injuries.
And new at 10, a man in Shelton was taken into custody after an armed robbery. Police say Jose Balsero went into Cleto's package store Monday night on Howe Avenue with an AR-15 type rifle and demanded money. He left with money and items from that store. Police used video surveillance to identify the suspect, and he was arrested a few hours later.
New details tonight from the death of an 11-month-old baby in Naugatuck. The Department of Children and Families said that it did not have any contact with the family before the infant's death. DCF says that it received a report about the incident Friday and is jointly investigating the incident with police. Naugatuck residents are concerned and upset that 31-year-old Christopher Francisquini has yet to be captured.
It's a little worrying, you know. I mean,
it's sad.
That's a pretty serious thing, you know. It shouldn't be taken lightly, that's for sure.
Naugatuck police say 31-year-old Francisquini strangled, stabbed, and then dismembered his 11-month-old daughter sometime early Friday morning. Police say they've only seen him twice since her body was discovered, once when he abandoned the car on I-91 in New Haven, then again on Quinnipiac Avenue Friday evening. He's facing charges of murder with special circumstance and risk of injury to a minor.
Another disturbing story tonight. A dad accused of abusing his newborn twins faced a judge today. Police say Torrin Ruhlman from East Lyme injured the 4-week-old babies back in October. According to the arrest warrant, Ruhlman told police he has, quote, anger issues and that he's, quote, I'm not a good parent. The investigation found one infant had 13 fractures on different parts of their body in various stages of healing, while the other had 8.